Okay, Wednesday, 29th of October, 2025. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Bitcoin's killer app, savings technology. So, this is a kind of a continuation of a video I did a couple of days ago, as I realized I could have added a little more. But nonetheless, here we are. Now, people used to say, what is Bitcoin's killer app? What is the big compelling reason to use it and adopt it and to get involved in it? What is the thing? In the same way, we could say that some video games consoles have a game that everyone needs to play, or a certain kinds of hardware has a certain software that everyone needs to have. It's that killer app. It's that thing that's the must-have that everyone has to have. And people have said over the past decade and a half or so, what is it with Bitcoin? What is the killer app? What is the big compelling reason to have it? That thing. And people would have, and used to say that, oh, it has to be something built on top of it itself, something built on top of it, ordinals, for example, something that extends on it, that extends from it. But it came to me recently in an interesting podcast. I really don't know which one, I forgot now. Someone mentioned offhandedly that the killer app is indeed the protocol. It's the savings technology. It is the protocol itself that is the killer app. Meaning, and there's a famous video about this I watched years ago about why it's rational to hodl. Meaning the technology itself is the killer app. Meaning the savings technology. Meaning the deflationary properties of it. Meaning your purchasing power increases over time. That is the killer app. It saves your time itself. You spend time working at a job, so you convert 1 hour of your life into wage, for example, or client in some fashion, and here's that money. But because this is being printed away by the banks, fractions of lending, and quantitative easing, and who knows what else into the future, this is being diluted, it's being melted away. More of them are being printed and created. But if you convert this into Bitcoin and hold on to it for arguably, you could say 41 months, then you're in a beautiful situation. I did some videos about this, about being on a Bitcoin standard. But that right there is the killer app. It's that ability to save your time, because energy is transferred, never destroyed, time into a wage or into a client in some fashion, invoice. Here's the money, convert it into Satoshis, Bitcoin, right there. Right there. It's savings technology. And you combine it and stack it with security and awareness, understanding, conviction. Very nice. It all helps to support that conviction, that journey, that destination, that time. Because as you learn more, you really want to buy more, and as you buy more, you really want to learn more. It's a nice positive feedback loop. It's the savings. You hold on to it for, say, 2.5 years, 41 months, 3-4 years, things like that. Wow, you're in a heck of a different position. And that right there, the very fact that it's deflationary with a fixed supply, is the killer app. Bitcoin itself is the killer app. I always say in previous videos that Bitcoin fundamentally is maths, open source code, as in computer science, and physics, as in atoms, moving atoms around, is the proof of work mechanism. You combine all that with money you can own, money you can spend, apolitical, decentralized, fixed supply, that's censorship resistant, and you have a 0 to 1 technology, meaning something completely and wildly different and better than what exists out there, the status quo. And that means, because of its first principles, fixed supply, deflationary, everything goes to zero against Bitcoin. Look at any chart. I did a video about this as well, where it's 1,000 megaphones screaming at you, the market, 1,000 megaphones screaming at you. That tells you that over the long term, 41 or so months, Bitcoin has powerful deflationary techniques, first principles, and it saves your time. Wow. So your effort to, because you could say, there's a nice, I think I did a video about this, why work from money, pounds, dollars, euro, that someone else, banks, governments, you name it, can print freely, can print out of thin air. And that's that interesting detachment right there with regards to Bitcoin is being physics and atoms, where these pounds and dollars and euros can be created from thin air, and yet Bitcoin has to expend energy in some fashion to be created, to come into existence. It's that difference right there. Again, 0 to 1 technology, which is priceless, which is invaluable. And because of all those first principles, it's a savings mechanism, at least. As time progresses, the infrastructure changes, awareness expands, and the market expands, and the market structure changes with regards to the halvening and other technical Bitcoin related fundamentals are true, as opposed to theory and on the horizon. As they are true, it will go beyond just a savings mechanism, as a form of savings, into unit of account. I mean, people will be measuring their wealth and measuring energy and measuring things in satoshis, and what's the other one now? Unit of account, medium of exchange, meaning I'll be able to pay for things in satoshis, and more importantly, people will be demanding to be paid in satoshis as well, cutting up the middleman to go from, say, pounds and dollars and euros and exchanges and conversion, all the rest, clearinghouses, into satoshis paying direct. But this kind of stuff is easily 15 years at minimum, comfortably 15 years from now, to have real deep rooted infrastructure and market dynamics and general conscious and understanding about what it is. Comfortably 15 years from now. 30 years, worst case scenario, slow pace, but 15 years easily. But that savings technology, right here, right now, savings technology, and in the future it'll be savings and other stuff into the decade, into the preceding decades, the next decade and the decades after, into the future. So right now, savings and more stuff on the horizon. And that's powerful beyond belief, because it's that 0 to 1 technology, meaning it's 10x better than anything else out there. Nothing else can compete. And then you follow that rabbit hole and you realize opportunity cost of capital. Whoa. And that leads to other conclusions. A little off topic here, but very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Very, very important beyond belief. And I did a video about this as well a year and a half ago, to study Bitcoin as though your life depends on it. Fascinating, vital, important, vital beyond belief. But yes, Bitcoin's killer app is its savings technology, its first principles. Yeah. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.